So you learn a lot about a team when their backs are against the wall. Unfortunately for the Celtics, they had to get down 3-0 for their backs to be against the wall, but they showed up in a big way. The second half was awesome for Boston. They stay alive tonight to force a Game 5 back in Boston, winning in Miami tonight. And Morgan Reagan, what was the most impressive part to you with the Boston Celtics? 'Cause I felt like they looked like themselves again for the first time in a while.
Celtics defense.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it helped them so much when it came to their offense, right? They were just in rhythm, in a good flow. Their spirits were high. And I look at someone like Jason Tatum tonight, who really did a great job here late in this game. And that's not something we can say about these other games in this series for Jason Tatum, for Jaylen Brown, something that has been missing. And here late in this game, Jason Tatum, he played so well. He was making his shots. He was blocking shots. He was playing defense. And it really helped the energy of this entire Celtics team. It's like they followed his lead. Everyone else's shots started falling there too at the end, where it just felt like they had control and they were never going to lose that control.
Yeah, and he had a quiet first half where he had more turnovers and field goals. And you're like, God, are they going to shrink here? But they come out in that third quarter, 16-0 run. Tatum's hitting everything. And like you said, they started to get stops. You know, we'll talk more about Tatum in a second, but the other guy who jumped out to me tonight, I thought Derek White was just a pest out there.
Yeah.
And he kept him within striking distance in the first half because he was knocking down some shots. He was hitting his threes. Boston knocking down threes changes everything. And we were talking about this after last game. Like, how is Miami the team hitting all the threes in this series and Boston struggling to get like 10 or 11? Well, tonight they hit 19 of them, and they were getting them the right way this time.
And you talk about Derek White, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and the right way was that type of defense. And it wasn't just from Derek White. It wasn't just from Marcus Smart. It wasn't just from Al Horford. It was from everybody. And the way that they locked down defensively, what was the thing that was probably helping their flow of that 3-point shot, right? I mean, why? Yeah. Look at Miami's defense this entire series. It's been like locked down. It's been screwing with them. Doesn't matter if it's in their half-court offense or even in transition. Miami's done a fantastic job. And tonight, it was finally the Celtics defense doing a much better job to allow them to get a certain type of momentum in this game. And I really think it was helping with their threes as well.
It's weird too. It's just bizarre to me, especially how Game 3 went. I'm glad the Celtics came out this way because had they just rolled over tonight, I think we're all thinking that they're going to blow up this team.
Someone's going to get fired.
Mazzulla's gone. Yeah. Is Brown gone? Smart, see you later. Brogdon, be out of here. And hell, we could be saying that after Game 5.
Sure.
But at least for one night, you're like, oh, yeah, you guys like showed your potential tonight. Yeah. And that's a team that can get after it defensively, that could switch, that's handsies, that can force turns. Did I say handsies?
Yeah, that they're handsies. What is that? That they're handy?
They're handsy. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Okay, I was like, what did I just say to...
Wait, and then why would I go to handy?
Like, I don't know.
There are a whole bunch of handyman out
there.
there.
They're handsies and they're handy. They're all of that. But they force turnovers. Like tonight, Miami had some bonehead turnovers for sure, but some of it was just Boston. They were playing more physical.
Yep.
Like, I love seeing Al Horford in a little bit of a foul trouble tonight because I'm like, good. Like, you cannot let Bam just do whatever he wants. You got to push him around a little bit. And if you look at the turnovers tonight, Miami had 16 of them. They turned into 27 points. So to what you were just saying.
Right.
Forcing mistakes, forcing turnovers, and then the pace, they were pushing big time in the second half.
They were. And you talk about the way that they were being more aggressive. They were being more aggressive on the boards as well. Just the way that they were crashing the boards. Not necessarily, they didn't out-rebound the Miami Heat, but it was the way that they were getting in there. The way that their timing was a little bit better. Getting second chance opportunities. And the Celtics were just doing a little bit more of everything tonight because you could see they understood the assignment.
Yeah,
they felt they played a little bit more desperate with urgency, but
as they should.
Right,
as you should. You're down
right.
3-0 and you should be the team that was favored to win this series.
Right. So it was good to see because I didn't want this I mean, a couple things. I kind of wanted this series to be over, but I also didn't want it to end the way that we saw that last game. I was like, I can't stand everyone in Boston and their narratives, and it's like fire everyone and their mom, and it's just like, come on, at least you can give a little bit of a fight, so you have a little bit more of a direction of where you want to go with the narrative.
A couple other things tonight. I felt. We mentioned Derek White. He had 16 points. He knocked down 3 threes. He also had 2 steals, 2 blocks. That was awesome. Grant Williams, let's give this guy some love. He's been the butt of every joke in this series. He hit some big shots tonight. No. And how about the block he had on Jimmy?
There we go.
You know, that had to have felt good for him to block Jimmy on that turnaround.
He talked a little shit after, too. And I was just like, he didn't poke the bear tonight. He blocked the bear. And happy for him because
he played almost 30 minutes.
Well, I think the other night, too, when everyone was talking about him poking the bear, Jimmy Butler, and like, he should have never done that, blah, blah, blah. You know, we were talking about it with some other basketball friends, and it was, you know, but he was the only energy guy out there. He was the only one willing to poke the bear. He was the only one willing to go that extra mile and show some urgency. And sometimes you need that type of spark. It didn't lead to good things last time. It led to better things tonight. And he showed a little bit more through his actions, through his play, getting that big block and knocking down some shots.
Also, just want to note, the Celtics were actually 18 of 45 from 3. I said 19. They updated the box score. 18 threes made in this game, but that's obviously a big difference. They had that 3-point advantage. They hit 18. Miami only hit 8 in this game. Yeah, the Celtics, you give a lot of credit for their defense stepping up, playing with energy, playing with pace, playing more to their potential. And I thought tonight, Jimmy had that stretch in the third where he got it going, but other than that, I felt like he was missing some looks. They made life more challenging for him. Bam did not have a good game. He had only 10 points in this game. He only took 7 shots. He had 4 turnovers. And, you know,
5 rebounds.
When Bam is aggressive, it's a totally different ball game. And that's, again, I'm giving Boston credit because they were much more physical with
Al
him.
Horford was, especially.
As they should have been tonight, but you're going to need more from Bam. And Caleb Martin got off to an amazing start. He started 6 of 6. Well, he finished 6 of 9. So the other guys who you're so used to stepping up in this series, him with 16 points in the first half, Gabe Vincent, who's been so impactful, you know, those guys didn't give you like 18 to 20 or whatever like you've been seeing. Bam doesn't give you, I don't know, 17 to 20
if he's
Lowry. Aggressive. Lowry was really bad tonight. Yep. Lowry had some really tough moments, not making shots. He ends up being 2 of 8. He had 5 points, 4 turnovers in the game.
And, you know, like, he was trying to do the other things. He finished with 8 rebounds, trying to crash the boards, trying to get in there. And, I mean, those were the moments, the things that were helping them get those second chance opportunities, keep them alive, keep them in there, because it never felt like their game tonight. But, yeah, you go down the list of these guys.
Duncan Robinson. It was so good last game. We were praising, knocking down shots. He was beating guys off the dribble. They were like, yeah, that's not happening tonight. And he made a lot of mistakes. He had 3 turnovers in his 11 minutes of work.
Even that 3-point shot that he took at the top of the key when
he got blocked?
Yeah, when Tatum was still like coming back down, it was just not being aware of where everyone was on the floor. I understand that happens, but at the same time, there was a lot of time there. I think he could have taken a quicker shot, whatever. Just those simple mistakes that were happening, not only for him, your role players, but then for all the other guys as well. You look down the list of just everyone, nobody on that roster was double-digit rebounds, right? And you really look at Bam's name and you go, that's the guy you want to see. Jimmy Butler finished with 9, you know, still being aggressive, trying to do other things. Yeah. But Celtics,
it wasn't Jimmy's best game either.
No, it wasn't. And there was times he was still turning around, having some fantastic jumpers. We're just, how the shit does he make that? But it's still, he wasn't finishing everything. It just wasn't his best game either. And yeah, if you're the Celtics too, you can't just expect Jimmy Butler to have a game like this for the rest of the series, right? No, you can't expect Bam to have a game like this the rest of the series.
But you know, forget that. You're right. But play with this level of intensity.
That's it.
And you just chip away.
It's fun for everyone.
The mindset, you had Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and you know the memes were ready to go. if they lost this game. Their whole message before the game in their mind says, do not let us win this game. Because you give us a little bit of hope, you give us a little life, and now they feel like they have some life. They're going back to Boston right now.
Yeah.
Going, we have a home game, and we're going to be going back to a crowd that's going to be fired up, and we just look like ourselves again.
You were talking some shit about that. Were they at shoot around when they were saying that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You were talking a little bit of shit about it, but you know what I love? You're like, just back it up. Just back up what you're saying. Get out there and play. And tonight, at least they backed up what they were saying about don't let us win this game. Don't let us win this game because you'll regret it. We'll see where it goes next, especially when they're back home. But tonight, they backed it up.
And they've been kind of bad at home during the playoffs. It's crazy for a team that was so good on their home floor during the regular season. They have not been good at home during the playoffs. So, look, we haven't seen a team come back from 3-0 in NBA history.
Yeah, it could happen.
I mean, I guess at
the
some
odds,
point it is going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to say it now.
Yeah.
But I think Boston showed me something tonight where I went, you know what? For as critical as people have been about this team, especially how they've handled things late in games, their mentality in game 3, for them to respond in this fashion when it was win or go home,
Backs against the wall.
that's big time shit.
Yep.
But you know Miami's not going away. You know Miami, Jimmy Butler's going to be fired up. They didn't want to go back to Boston. Or honestly, Jimmy Butler's so sick that he's probably looking forward to going to Boston because he wants to end it in Boston. In
Sick.
front, yes.
Sick man.
Demented.
Well,
disgusting.
Another reason why, though, they wouldn't want to go back to Boston, they
Yeah.
just want the series to end, is because of the little things. Gabe Vincent, just that ankle there at the end. You know, he just fell on it weird after the 3-point shot, trying to save the ball in after. Just a quick little ankle roll. But those are the things that you don't want to happen when you're trying to be like, we're ready for the next series. We're ready to go to the NBA Finals. You can't have just any guy on the squad get beat up. Yeah.
Especially with Lowry not playing well.
Yep.
Lowry wasn't good tonight, as we talked about. Really hasn't been good at all in this series. They don't have a lot of depth. Oladipo is out.
Yep.
No Tyler Hero. You can't afford to lose any
You just
more
don't want,
bodies.
and you just don't want them to even be banged up,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like you need them in full strength. So yeah, like you gotta. And if you believe you belong in the NBA Finals, Jimmy, better end it. Better end it.
If there is a team that can come back from 3-0,
Yeah.
is it this Boston Celtics team against this Miami Heat team? And let me just ask you this,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
Obviously, like it's one game. Okay, cool.
Definitely
You
not
stayed
there.
alive. You're desperate.
Yeah.
But Miami played a certain. Tonight is kind of how I expected this series to go.
Okay.
How it played out.
Okay.
Boston playing like they at their level, all their guys engaged, knocking down threes, Tatum doing his thing, big defensive moments.
Sure.
And then Miami going, they've got Jimmy, but who else is going to step up? Do they have the offensive firepower? Tonight is how I thought the series was going.
Got
to
it.
Go. Can Miami come back down to earth, or do you expect them like, oh, they're going to still wrap this up?
Pedal to the metal. I expect them to have a different type of mindset going into this next game. I do. They've shown it more. You can't even say they've shown it more all season long. They've shown it more in this postseason than it feels like any other team. If you really look at their road to where they are right now in this postseason. So
it's hard to close the team out, dude. You know, we could talk about what Denver was able to do last night, but it came down to the end of the game against the Lakers.
Yep. And
it's
a
hard.
great defensive play by Jamal Murray.
That's so true. Aaron Gore, Jamal Murray, they're big. So they are chilling, waiting for the winner of this series, Game 5, coming up on Wednesday in Boston. I can't wait to see how Miami responds. And if Boston wins, it starts to get really interesting.
It's going to be a hostile crowd.
I appreciate you guys supporting us. Make sure you help us out. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It just helps our channel grow. We're trying to get more NBA fans around the world to see our content. We're posting content each and every day. Appreciate you.